Are we live? Oh, and we're live.
Oh,
Oh shit, I can hear myself.
Why do you just do that?
I don't do it on purpose.
Look, I look fine.
I know you look fine. That's why I said leave it like that. Hi everybody.
Anxiety.
I gave Dids anxiety, not on purpose, but hi everybody.
Everyone, we are doing the show on the website.
On the website. It's already tweeted out.
I'm telling my people in my Discord.
In your Discord. Good evening, people. How are you?
I am Alexdidz, Prince. I know you've never seen me before around these parts, but hello.
Hello.
Vipey looks different today? Question mark?
Is this a website? Vipey looks different today. Vipey couldn't make it today. He's too busy. So we're gonna in place of Vipey, we have the Heroes of the Storm patch notes. And
Poggies!
Poggies. And we're gonna talk about them with you. And we're also gonna talk about QHIRA with you as well. So if you guys have any questions, you know what to do. Just at myself or Dids in the chat, and
just get it in there. Just put it out there. Put it in the chat. We're gonna talk about it. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna learn everything.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about QHIRA and why people like her, why people don't like her, and we're gonna try and be as centered.
Toxic as possible.
Yeah, toxic as possible.
I got you covered. We're gonna be just toxic as about all of this.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so.
Do you just drink coffee black, real quick? Is that just?
Yes, I do. I drink coffee black.
You don't put any cream or sugar in there?
No.
Oh wow.
Are you
Living
judging
on the
me?
edge.
Are you judging me? Anyways, how is everybody doing tonight? Welcome to Eye of the Storm. This is our number escapes me. Number
52.
52 episode. Yes. And
got it.
This is my co-host for today. I mean, like, we have Vipey, but like I said, he couldn't make it today. So, this is Alexdidz. Hi, Dids. Hello.
Hello.
Today we'll be talking with you about QHIRA and the new upcoming patch notes for Heroes of the Storm. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate. We want you guys to be as involved in this conversation as we are. So feel free to just add us if you have any questions. So, Dids, do you just want to start on the patch notes, or what? Should we start on QHIRA? How do you want to go about this?
You could just start scrolling, and we can go over the notes.
Look how cool this is. Can we just take a moment?
Just a round of applause. Can we get some how do you do this?
For those listening to the podcast, I have specifically set it up so that we can scroll through the patch notes on stream. So
it's a scrolling clap.
Pretty proud of myself for that. Okay.
Oh yeah, right out of the gate, they brought back the on fire system.
On fire system? Oh.
Yeah, look.
Okay, wait, hold on. This is it'll be available for playtesting until the week of August 5th. Okay, so Next week. Oh my gosh, that's next week. August is next week. Okay.
Hell yeah, we in it.
So, on fire system, did they get rid of that? Did I not notice?
That was, probably nobody noticed for forever.
So,
it is.
The blue fire has not been happening, and they brought it back.
When you're clapping everyone and you're sparking at the top, your name piece while you're running around the map just stays the same, but now it's reverting back to the whippity lashy sparky fire that used to be there, and they got rid of it. I don't know why they got rid of it.
Kind of like the Grandmaster.
Like, you know what?
Like the Grandmaster logo. Like if you're Grandmaster, your thing like.
No, I'm talking about. So you're running around as Kael'thas and you've pyroblasted 10 people in a row, and so you're on fire. You know, like, oh shit! And then when you're at the top of the bar on the end game.
Yeah.
Well, now your actual name. So for me, Alexdidz would just be like going crazy. Like it'll actually be like a graphic around your name as you're running around the map.
Oh, so you're okay. So that's what they need. They never had that on the nameplates, though.
I'm pretty sure they did.
No, they didn't. Okay, chat. Did they have it on the nameplates? They only ever had it on the portraits. They never had it on the nameplates. $50. I bet you $50. Okay, so either way, they're either re-adding it. They had. Dang it! Why don't I remember that?
Thank you, Warrior. Yes, coming in clutch. See, long time ago.
I don't remember that.
It's such a small but great detail.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see that because I want everybody to know in the game that I am on fire.
I mean, if you land your Artana swaps for once, you'll get that.
They had it in alpha version. Okay, that's really long ago. Long ago.
No, didn't I say long time ago?
Okay, so ranked battleground rotation update. They added to the rotation Alarak Pass, Alterac Pass, Volskaya. I missed Volskaya.
Yeah, those are great maps. Both of them are welcome back. But what they
removed Dragonshire and Sky Temple. So the full ranked battleground rotation is Alterac, Battlefield, Cursed, Garden, Hanamura, Infernal Shrines, Tomb of the Spider Queen, Towers of Doom, and Volskaya. I feel like Towers of Doom is never removed from the rotation. It's always there, which I'm not complaining. I absolutely love Towers of Doom. It's one of my favorite maps. Sorry, Lashes. Lashes. I don't think Lashes.
Once upon a time, it was removed, and it was very noticeable because it's unlike any other map. Though I mean, just the way that it functions. I mean, Hanamura at one point was like Towers of Doom, but it could never get on that level of how great it is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think of kind of sibling maps, like Battlefield of Eternity and Praxis are both kind of similar. I mean, they're both 2-lane. That's like when there's 2-lane maps, they're gonna behave interestingly in that the solo lanes are both over the top important.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of team fighting and rotations going on in a very small area. But no, I won't miss Sky Temple. I really thought Hanamura and Garden would be gone. I'm actually super surprised that those are still there. They're pretty underwhelming maps in terms of actual gameplay. Because so much of Heroes of the Storm is the maps, not the map, but the maps, plural. Whatever the map rotation is how enjoyable the game was. Because I remember one time they had the most legit whole of maps. It was if you scroll back up, it was probably, there was no Hanamura or Garden of Terra, but Dragonshire, it was it's BOE, Cursed Hollow, Infernal Shrines. It's basically every map that's not new.
Every map that's... Wait, so what are the newest maps though? Volskaya, Hanamura,
Alterac, no, Hanamura.
Oh, and Alterac. Wait, no, Volskaya is not that new. Either way.
I mean, it's older than you, or newer than you think.
Maybe they'll work on Sky Temple graphics. That'll be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool if they updated Sky.
Do we need that? Do we need that? No.
I think it'd be cool. Dragonshire is beautiful now. Did you see the updates they did to Dragonshire?
Yeah, but do we...
It's absolutely I need it. As an artist, I appreciate that. I appreciate you. All of you artists working on Here's the Storm. I appreciate it, and I love it. I love it. Okay. Let's talk about, speaking of artists and new heroes, let's talk about QHIRA. Eresian bounty hunter. So she's coming to collect.
She's one of them Eresian bounty hunters.
She is coming to collect a sword
Dark
knight
Nexus
and holder of a singularity shard. What is that? What's a singularity shard? We don't know. Is it just part of her lore?
It's just there. It's just that's how she do.
That's how she do. Hopefully we'll get more answers. I know a lot of people are really upset that the lore just kind of seems random. I didn't think it seemed random because I'm kind of used to League of Legends where every single hero has a different story. So it didn't really, I loved it. It didn't really bother me that much.
Well, I don't know how much they had already planned. Like, I don't know how far ahead they are with characters that they're gonna do. Like, maybe, you know, if everything was as scheduled, she was gonna be out way earlier this year, and maybe there were more Nexus characters that are like were on, you know, the
Yeah.
horizon with more story than like things that made more sense. And now, you know, who knows if that's gonna come its way anytime soon. But I that could be a case like she was already like planned well in advance, or and I don't know. This is I don't because I know this gets into like one of the things that we're gonna talk about, but like the way they developed her, it's just like totally. I was thinking about this too early. She and in a lot of games, I feel like she would just, you know, break the mold of other MOBAs, but in HOTS, I was thinking about like, you know, like this another just great hero design that HOTS would create, because Heroes of the Storm has created a lot of unique characters, a lot of wild designs, whether they're, you know, balanced or busted, whichever way you want to put it. But what she does, I don't know if it's busted yet. I don't want to call it too early, but it's looking like it could be a little insane.
Mm. So Hungry Crow in chat says the singularity is that gem thing that gives the power to the realms and their lords. Oh yeah, that's right. So she has a singularity shard. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, and I know I've talked with some of the artists and devs about this when, you know, when Orphea just first came out in BlizzCon, and
Right.
I'll say it again. I feel like with heroes like QHIRA and Orphea, you can really see their artistic abilities and creativity just like blooming with these two characters, because and not to say that all the other heroes are lackluster. All the other heroes are amazing, but you can just see, like I said, the exquisite like art and animation that they used for these two characters, because they got to create something from the ground up, as opposed to stealing from other, well, not stealing, but like, you know, borrowing from other
Yeah, it's the labor
Blizzard
of their love.
realms. Yeah. So
Yeah, this is all their product. This is what
and
they
that's
as a team. Yeah,
awesome. And
it
that
is.
and
Yeah, it's
that
very
kind
cool.
of, that's why I kind of feel, you know, as a streamer and as an artist and as someone who's been playing this game since alpha, I really appreciate it. So when I see other people, you know, not hating on her, but not necessarily happy with a new Nexus hero, like an original, I to me, I don't understand, because I'm just so ecstatic with, you know, new heroes. But
Well,
I can definitely understand wanting other heroes from, you know, there's so many other WoW characters or StarCraft characters that haven't been added.
well, it's easy to take what Heroes of the Storm was before for granted, because every month you're just about getting a new character, and
Mm-hmm.
now that's obviously not the case, and they can't function that way. But the way it's July 31st, it's the last day of July. I'm figuring we might get one more character out before BlizzCon, and then we'll get some BlizzCon character release. And I'm sure like they don't they take into consideration everything from the fans. They're very aware of what people want, and I'm sure the next character that comes out is going to be some wicked, you know, classic Blizzard character, and it's just gonna like, you know, blow everyone back, and they're gonna be like, oh, okay, and then everyone's already gonna forget about the grief they gave Kira because she,
Yeah.
you know, and like it'll be like, oh, I'm so thankful for Here's the Storm, because, you know, they gave me this, you know, I've always wanted, you know, Grom Hellscream, he's finally here, you know.
Grom Hellscream.
Yeah,
Atlantis
yeah,
Prince says, I agree. Of course, I love HOTS for bringing so many heroes from awesome Blizzard games together. But when I first saw Orphea, I was so in love with her because I love everything about her, right? Like, you know, you have this passion and you have this sense of belonging with the other Blizzard franchises like StarCraft and World of Warcraft. But with Orphea, we have this, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. I don't understand, like, my excitement is just insane for new heroes and Heroes of the Storm. But, like, we get a whole new lore and whole new characters to just gush over, and we're witnessing like the birth of these new characters. And yes, Orphea is just absolutely breathtaking. She's beautiful. I love it. Everything about her I love.
Yeah, she kind of dumpsters like all the other mages. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like, her maneuverability was always off the charts. The way that she has like the deep dive ability, and then she could burst someone down right up close, and then she can either whip in or out depending on the flow of the fight. And QHIRA kind of has those elements sprinkled in, but as a melee assassin. So
I feel like they're both very mechanically complex. Like,
oh yeah,
like they don't have the easy escapes that Genji has. Like, Orphea has her escapes, but you got to work for it. You don't just easily get to hop over a wall. Yeah. So she's a high skill cap hero, which I'm definitely looking forward to learning QHIRA. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
You know, Wolfie says, I don't mind them bringing OC heroes, but sure, I want to see other heroes. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they're going to bring out other heroes. There's... Atlantis Pris says, there's just no other character in Blizzard games that comes close to Orphea. Yeah, I mean, she's an original. And she's very well designed, and yeah, I really like her. So let's what Dids has been waiting for. Let's get into the nitty gritty of QHIRA's traits and basic abilities. I haven't played her yet. I haven't gotten the opportunity to play her yet. So Dids, this is all you here. Just take it slow because I want people to really, really, really understand how she works. So that when she comes out, people will be confident in trying her out. Excuse me.
I got this.
Explain your terminology.
All right, I'm not even going to go into her trait yet because I feel like it's you won't understand how she functions right out of the gate if you went into the trait. Okay. What you need to understand is go to Blood Rage. Yeah, actually scroll down just a little bit to Blood Rage, because they explain what her passive is and a big part of her kit. So her basic attacks and abilities. So any auto attacks, any abilities, heroics, whatever you do, this is going to apply to enemy heroes. Cause enemies to bleed for 46 damage over 4 seconds, stacks 5 times. So everything that you do, so you have, think of it as like Lunara stacking poison. Think of it as Malthael. When he attacks, he applies that damage over time. That's what she does on any enemy hero. Her abilities and attacks do that.
And that's only heroes. That's not like minions or anything.
Right.
Okay.
Well, actually, I don't know. I feel like it was only specifically on. Actually, no, I do believe.
Because it says enemies. Cause enemies, not necessarily enemy heroes. So it can cause enemies to bleed.
Right. Well, heck. Okay. But, so, and then when you activate the Blood Rage ability, which gives this passive information, it'll be like a burst of damage. So it deals 33 damage and heals for 88 health per enemy hero affected. And damage and healing is increased by 50% per each additional sec on the hero. So it's a good way to finish off people that are like already booked it and they're like down the road and like you can't quite get to them because you used up all your other abilities and they're on a cooldown. So then you activate that as like a finisher.
Oh, Wolfie says you can bleed enemies, but you only get healing from heroes that bleed.
Right. Okay. Yes. Definitely.
That makes sense.
Yep.
And that's her W. So, that's this.
That is her W.
That's this right here.
And so then I would go to her Q ability, which is like your spammable basic ability. So it's like your Frostbolt from Jaina. It's like your Flame Strike from Kael'thas. It's like, abilities that you could just spam often.
Yeah. It costs more mana, though, than it does the W.
Well, I mean, Mana
that
costs
weird?
are weird. Mana costs are all over the place.
I
But
find
your
that
Q-
because the W costs 35 and the Q costs 40. That just seems weird to me. Keep going. Go ahead. Sorry.
So it's called Carnage. It's your Q ability, and when you use it, her weapon extends forward, and then after a second, it comes back. So it's like cha. It's like a whip. It's like she cracks the whip forward, whoosh. And so as it passes through enemies, it applies this debuff. Well, not just say debuff, but like it applies your damage over time. That's a better way to put it. When she uses her Q, whatever it hits, it's applying her damage over time, and it's going to apply 3 stacks. So if you auto attack someone twice in melee range, and then you Q them, you got max stacks on them. And 40 mana, it's a 6-second cooldown, so you could use it quite often. That's like your quick way to put dots on the enemy.
Okay.
So now that we understand how those two abilities play off of each other, then we can get into her maneuverability.
Which is the grappling hook. Her D.
Prince. So the sword keeps on dealing damage as long as the hero is touching it. It's just for that. It's really quick. It's like it's just the snap. Goes forward, comes back. So it's only going to do so much damage. It's not going to do like, it's not like if you just walk into it, it's going to be like, oh, you're just completely eviscerated. It's just like, it's going to do what it needs to do within that instance, and then it's back. It extends, it returns. Okay. So now I would see her next 2 abilities are they go together. So grappling hook is her trait. She fires a grappling hook, pulls her to any terrain it contacts. If an enemy hero is hit, they take 36 damage, and QHIRA launches at them, deals an additional damage. Can be used while revolving sweep is active. Keep that in mind. We'll get right to that. But what I want to say about grappling hook is that the range of that trait is the range of Sonya's spear at level 20 if you take the upgrade.
That's a long range.
Yes.
That's sorry. That's a really long range.
I can hold on. Let me get a link.
I should for next I should have like if we're gonna show examples down here.
I have an image of it here. Check this. So I wrote an article about her already, and if you go here, if you click on that and you scroll down, you're gonna get a little image for some perspective.
There we go.
Bam.
Oh, okay. So this is Sonya's.
Yeah.
Okay. Literally, yeah. So this is Sonya's, and this is.
You can't even tell the difference
QHIRA.
between them.
QHIRA's looks a little longer.
I mean, I tried my darndest to get them just right, but you could see that they're almost identical. Yeah, it's
QHIRA's,
super nuts.
If you look here, QHIRA's is a tad bit longer. But still. See?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
just a tad bit longer.
So if you don't see her on the map and you're against her, she could come flying out of nowhere and hit you. That's
She's terrifying.
Yes. So that's on a 25-second cooldown. So you got to be careful with that. But it's super strong. It is. It's just like when Kel'Thuzad can one-shot 2 people at one time. It's like when Medivh protected. It's Tracer's insane maneuverability when no one can blink around the way she did. It's up there in regards to that kind of power, the strength that she has. So let's go to her E ability, which is Revolving Sweep. So attach your sword to the first enemy here, hit stunning them for 0.25 seconds. Once attached, QHIRA becomes immune to all effects swinging around the target for 2.75 seconds. So she's gonna orbit. Boop. She's gonna hit him, and she's gonna orbit all the way around. She'll make a full, complete orbit around that person.
But this way, she's not gonna go like through the terrain. She's gonna go around them, right?
Oh yeah,
like
it's
the moon goes
around
the Earth. Okay.
Yeah, and if you don't reactivate it, she won't go to them. So you have to make sure that you press your E button again, and then when she does, she goes forward and she like high jump kicks them, and then she stuns them for 0.75 seconds.
So kind of like Irel's hammer.
Pushback.
Yeah, her
Not
pushback.
as far. It's
Not as
small,
far though. Yeah.
But remember, you can grapple hook during that. So if you're pursuing a tank, well, okay, let's know. You're pursuing Kael'thas. Kael'thas is at 10% health, and the tank is between you. The enemy tank is between you and that Kael'thas. Revolving sweep to that person, go around the tank, land your grappling hook, and get to the Kael'thas, and you kill him.
High mobility hero. Well,
understatement.
Really? What about stuns?
I mean,
like, what are her counters?
Well, I mean, I said it was like CC and poke or something else.
Oh, okay. So it definitely sounds like she can really destroy your backline if you're not careful.
But then she has no escape anymore. Well, it depends. If they're already dead, then it doesn't really matter, does it?
I mean, she could just grappling hook back, right?
It depends on how you use it. Because you kind of go all in, or you could use I mean, that's the beauty of her trait, is that you get to decide how you want to use it.
Yeah.
If you're smart, if you're
smart,
but seriously, like if you go all in and then you don't have any form of escape, then surely it will not work out well. But if you use it for an escape and you don't overexert yourself, trying to get kills, then it's not going to happen. Yes, trait is 25 seconds.
The trait?
Yes. Yeah, and she's very high on skill shots for sure.
Yeah, cooldown is 25 seconds for the trait.
Her Q and W link together, and then her grappling hook and revolving sweep are kind of like her maneuverability. So it's like
she's dancing.
She dance. Yeah.
She dance.
I mean, and the thing is, I said this, revolving sweep feels like a heroic ability. That's a basic ability. When I was watching the video for her, I was like, oh wow, look at this heroic. And then it was just like, and then it just like went into, I'm like, what? It's not. It's like, I thought that was.
Sorry, that's not a heroic. I wanna actually take a moment to look at your build here. Yeah. So this is Didz's first impression on QHIRA. He played her in the PTR. Yeah. Now, do you want to explain this build to us?
It's I look at her talents and I think which ones are the best. She has a lot of talents you can pick from that give her like evasion or give her spell armor at 16 or things of that nature. But I picked talents that gave the most value at that tier, I felt. But we still haven't done the heroics yet.
Yeah. Well, okay. So let's go back to her to the patch notes. She's a melee assassin, correct?
Yes. So
she's pretty squishy. Okay. So let's talk about her heroic. Unrelenting strike.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the opposite of Johanna's pull. She kind of like progresses outward in like a spinning circle. So she lashes all around, and then at the end of it, boom, she creates an explosion, and it does the stun. Stuns them for 0.75 seconds. Wait, actually, excuse me. Wait. Yeah.
What other alt is like that?
I mean, if you throw Anduin's Light Bomb on there, you got Value Town.
Oh yeah, if you throw his lightning onto QHIRA and then she does her little spinny thing, you got like lightning ball. Isn't it a lightning ball?
No, that's Cassia. You're thinking we're talking about light bomb.
Oh, light bomb. My bad. So they throw a light bomb onto QHIRA and then she can do this all, and it would just be mass explosions. Bingo. That would be disgusting.
So that heroic I thought was the boss. That's the one I like a lot. The next one I felt like wasn't as appealing. It didn't have that POW factor. So after, it's called Final Strike.
Oh, this is the one that's like W, like Sonya's W, but like more, has a longer range.
I would say it's like if Sunder and Hinterland combine to create some amalgamation and they're like fused, it has like the length, has the distance almost of Hinterland and the width of Sunder.
Okay.
And it's
Wait,
like
it has the width of Sunder?
Mm-hmm. Just about. It's chunky.
Wow.
But
I
the
thought it
thing
was...
is that it revs up like Hinterland. You have to rev up for a second, and then it hits.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it could be good for like reaching some of the back line, I guess, if you can. Like if someone's super low, like a Kael'thas. Like today, the Kael'thas was in the back line constantly, and we couldn't get to him. She could just, use that.
Yeah. So it's appealing that it's on a 40-second cooldown. That's nice. 40-second cooldown. It could be a strong finisher. I mean, I guess important to note. It's my first impression. It could end up being the heroic of choice, but it says this damage is increased by 25% to any enemy below 50%. 25% kind of like it's kind of because it's 432 damage base. So 25% of that you're looking at like another 80 or 90 damage. So it's
I mean, it does damage.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah.
It'd kill a squishy, that's for sure. That's super low in health, right?
True.
What's the upgrade to this, to Final Strike? Do you know?
Off the top of my head.
Wolfie, do you know what the level 20 upgrade it does? That in chat?
I'm trying to remember.
Because I feel like I can't even imagine what the upgrade to Final... What is... Yeah, I can't even imagine what the upgrade to this would be.
Well, the level 20 talent that I picked in the actual guide we could talk about, it was the most poggy of them all. It was the most poggy of them all, dang it.
Wolfie says from 25% to 50% and resets all your cooldowns except your D. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
It's
extra 100 damage at level 0 with scaling. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad.
It's not. Whenever I look at abilities or talents, I want something that's really like, wow, like that's great. Like that's gonna make a huge difference.
I feel like if she had 2 really OP ultimates, though, people would like complain.
I mean, people are gonna complain because they enjoy it.
What? That does not make sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Okay, let's talk about the build. Since we talk about the ultimates, let's talk about the build that you have going here. So you took maximum effort. If Carnage damages the same enemy hero 3 times, it deals additional 108 damage and slows them. Ooh. And that's for a Q.
Yeah. So if you right click someone twice, then throw that on them, now you have them at max stacks. They get that burst damage and then they're slowed. It's a nice slow. A small slow. But a good slow.
But it's nice. And then ensnaring swing on her E while QHIRA is attracted. While QHIRA is attached to an enemy hero, they are slowed. Dude, she has so many slows.
Yeah.
Secondary enemies hit by revolving sweep swing are slowed. Oh my god, by 35% for 3 seconds.
That's
wow.
Sweet.
That is pretty sweet.
Kind of like how Lucio can completely, chase a team back all the way. She can attach herself to the tank and then clip the other squishies trying to escape and then slow them by 35% for 3 seconds.
Right.
It's huge.
And then Healmonger on her W. If Blood Rage damages an enemy hero, below 50% health, it heals for an additional 205. Holy crap.
It's a nice burst. It's a nice burst heal.
Yeah.
that you can debate people to come back for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you have that already going, they're just like, boop. Because, I mean, you could right-click them one time and then activate that. Or you could queue them. You can, an extendo sword, pop them,
It's
activate it, and then heal.
it's interesting how the build's not all over the place, but like normally you see builds, it's like Q Q Q and then like a W talent and then a Q. So I see you have two talents here, but it's cool to see how you also talented into her E and her W.
You'll see how the level 1 works with 13.
Okay. So for your alt, you took Unrelenting Strikes, which is her swirling, in a circle
Yes.
and like.
Yes.
And then Chainsaw Carnage's cooldown regenerates 100% faster, while the enemy hero has maximum blood rage
Scroll
stats.
down. We can't see it.
I'm sorry. Now, how do we get blood rage stacks again? Just by using the Q?
Any sort of damage that you can do.
Even auto attacks.
Yes.
Okay.
So right-click someone twice and queue them. It puts your 6-second cooldown to 3 seconds.
Hungry Crow says, I think her alts complement her style pretty well. The first one for initiation is basically a melee dragon arrow. Oh, and the second one is a finisher. Yeah, I can definitely see the second one being a finisher. So are these both the upgrades to each ultimate, or...
What's that?
Enemy heroes hit by revolving sweeps initial impact and swing have their armor reduced. Okay, armor reduction. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Straightforward. The 20 talent, though. Yeah, read that. Go ahead, enjoy.
Okay. This is for the 20, the level or her ultimate. Nearby enemy heroes below 50% health are revealed, and you gain 20% movement speed, while an enemy hero is revealed by you in this way. That's kind of weirdly worded. Additionally, you deal 20% increased damage to these revealed enemies. Wow. Nearby enemy heroes below 50 health are revealed, and you gain 20% movement speed while an enemy hero is revealed. So, are they revealed for the entirety of you touching them by the ultimate?
No, this is a ultimate upgrade. This is just if they're nearby. I don't know what the range of it is, but
this isn't an alt upgrade.
Yeah, this is just you just have it.
How long are they revealed for?
Permanently. I mean, they're below 50% health.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's and that applies. Like, think of it as to all your dot damage.
They're not getting away.
Everything. Well, yeah.
If you catch somebody with this, with the double slows, and her trait, her D, her grappling hook, this person's not getting away.
Correct.
She is not getting this enemy hero was dead before they even started playing the game.
I mean, that's what you want from a storm talent at level 20. You want something that's going to finish the game. That's the intention. And that's what that does.
Yeah.
If there's like some drawn out fight and finally someone is below that threshold, then you could just go for it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, that was funny.
I'm really excited for her. I feel like I kind of want to like go on PT. I don't think I have PTR installed though. I kind of want to go on PTR and like bring it up in this little window and show you guys in trial mode, but I don't think I have it downloaded.
I installed it.
Yeah, I have to install it.
Yeah, she does have wobble up sound effects. It's awesome.
I very much am excited to play her. She comes out next week on Tuesday?
I believe so.
Yeah, because normally they have people in public or new characters in public test realm, and they come out the next week.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think she's obviously going to be pretty strong. What are your? I know we talked about her builds and her abilities, but what is your like actual first impression on her? Like, is she OP? Because I know you've played her. Is she balanced? Is she, you know, she's gonna be high skill cap, obviously.
I don't like to think she's gonna be. I don't. You know, I think people are like she's gonna be like insanely high skill cap, but I think her concept overall is fairly straightforward. Um, Everything you do applies dots, so she's got like lunar malfail aspects. She has maneuverability like Maiev does. Nothing makes her immune to like damage though. So she is still squishy and she can get locked down and like, instantly killed. Um, so in that regard, I would say yeah, it's going to be high skill cap. But I definitely think she's strong. I don't think she's busted. Um, she does a lot of um, downtown type stuff, like when Genji will dive in and dive back out. I mean, it's nothing quite as absurd as what it was when he originally came out. But I mean, if you're not looking at the map and studying which her body language or which way she's going, and she is sitting in a bush somewhere, and then all of a sudden you're like grapple hooked, then what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it seems like if you get caught out by her, you're just not gonna be able to get away.
She shreds. She can shred someone's health very quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
So no, definitely strong. I don't think she's gonna like come out and be like lackluster at all, but she's definitely gonna be interesting to see.
Okay, so let's since we talked about the new hero, let's talk about changes for this upcoming release. Rank points are now directly mapped to a player's Storm League MMR. Interesting. Okay, so what's that gonna do? Rank is no longer considered by the matchmaker. Leaving a ranked match lobby or game results in 500 rank point penalty. Okay, wait. So, what is that gonna do for our ranks now? What was it based off before? It was based off of wins and losses, right? It wasn't based our ranked points. So how like I don't know how is this gonna change now that it's based off of MMR?
Well, right now I know when you get matched up against people, it's like if you're playing with people, it's the highest ranked person is what it's based off of. Otherwise, it's like nearby. Maybe if it's based off of strictly MMR, there are people that are in ranks that they shouldn't be, and that might get them to face off against competition that's their level.
So will climbing be easier now, do you think?
Depends on who you are. It's easy to speculate. It's easy to speculate.
Atlantis Prince says MMR is not equal to your rank, especially not if you are losing a lot of games other people are leaving or throwing. See, that's the thing about Heroes of the Storm. If people leave and throw games, that reflects on you when it's not your fault.
Mm-hmm.
So, in turn, that reflects on your MMR? Or are you saying that it doesn't reflect on your MMR? I'm not sure.
See, it's for me, it's a very gray area.
Yeah.
It's not something I can talk about. Just be like, oh yeah, I can tell you exactly what this or that means. The things that you're gonna get into though, I know a lot of it is like there's like quality of life, upgrades that it's like, oh, that's nice, but like what it actually means in live, we'll see. We'll wait and see.
Placement matchments have been reduced from 10 to 3. That is very significant. That's a huge, like, from 10 to 3.
People have been asking for it, so there you go.
Wow. Promotion and demotion games have been removed, and players will seamlessly transition through leagues and divisions. That also means that you can demote faster. So don't forget that. Where you might be able to promo faster, you can also demote just as fast. So I love the demotion games when I'm about to demote, but I hate the promotion games when I want to promo. Like the demotion games are like a saving grace because I always win my demotion game. Well, almost always. The MMR range has been rebuilt and remapped to handle this. Interesting. Okay. A team leader, banning player in ranked draft, is selected on the highest rank for placed players, or MMR for unplaced ones. In mixed teams, placed players have priority. Okay, that makes sense. Rank decay has been adjusted. Only players that are Diamond 5 or higher and that have finished their placement matches are eligible for DK. If a player...
Skip those Smurfs.
Yeah, if a player's decay timer is less than 3 days, it resets to 3 days upon playing Storm League. If the timer is at or above 3 days, players will gain additional grace day for... Okay. Wow. For maximum up to 30. I didn't even know rank decay was a thing. So if you don't play for a very long time, your rank drops. Is that what that means?
Yes. Yes.
No wonder my Smurf is such a low rank. Interesting. I thought that if I thought that if I didn't touch it for a while, your MMR... You know. I thought that if I didn't touch it for a while, my MMR would reset. That's what I was told. Someone lied to me.
Uh-oh.
A ranked seasonal questline is now available for players. This questline will be available with each season and must be completed in order to be eligible for both the ranked seasonal rewards and the Grandmaster leaderboards. And that's a lot of updates to the guts of the game and what determines your rank. I don't understand a lot of how ranking in MMR works. I just kind of go with the flow. So Stone Vorian says rank decay is only a thing in higher ranks. Well, with this patch, that's what they're saying. Only players that are Diamond 5 or higher. So, but yeah, I'm not too savvy on how all of that works, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna resolve a lot of issues that people have. It might make people a little bit happier. I mean, I'm sure some people will be happier. I don't know. I can't look at that and be like, oh, it's gonna be so noticeable. It's gonna be like, a walk in the park. Everything's just gonna be, peaches and cream. Because it's, it was not too long ago, it was like a year or so ago, that there was that huge rank debacle, and like people that were normally masters and grandmasters got placed in platinum, and
I remember that. Yeah,
people were getting placed masters 1,000 that normally were like in gold or platinum, and everything was thrown for a loop. So for me, the one cool thing is that you could see what your actual MMR is. People have been asking that for an eternity, so that's nice that will be added. But so some of it is just kind of like
they're adding so much in one fell swoop, like so many adjustments. On it for a while. Yeah.
It's not like it's been like it's not like we didn't know this kind of thing was coming.
True. So you're gonna actually be able to see what your MMR is. Like there's actually gonna be a visual thing that says this is your MMR.
Isn't that site right there?
Where?
Oh, I can't see.
I'm excited though. But like I said, just keep in mind that you can promo faster, but you can also demo just as fast. I don't know what exactly that's gonna do for how fast people can rank up. I'm assuming that I'm hoping that it's going to allow people to not be stuck in certain ranks. Like I was stuck in silver for the first half of my streaming career. I wouldn't go down, I wouldn't go up. I finally made it out of silver. But I feel like I'm really hoping that these changes allow people to move up and down faster instead of just getting stuck.
Well, yeah. Well, no, it definitely. I mean, a game can be anywhere from 15 or 10 to 20, 25 minutes, depending. So that's time given back to you, essentially, when things are just quickly, because if it takes 5 games to get through a rank, well, then what? You'd have to do the promo game, which would be the 6th game, and then cuts down a large portion of time given back to you.
Yeah.
So, yep.
All right.
That way.
So they did some map updates. Makeup. Oh, wow. They reduced the health of the Zerglings. Health scaling over time increased. So their health is reduced, but it increases? Damage increased from 5 to 10. Damage scaling over time decreased. Okay. No longer has 10% damage penalty to structures. Oh, I didn't know it had a 10% damage penalty to structures.
I haven't played Braxis in 10 years, so I don't even know.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's not in the rotation right now, is it?
Yeah, this is like, yeah, we did work on a map we're not even putting back into the rotation, so you only see it in quick match and unranked, and yeah, enjoy.
Did they delete Warhead Junction? I haven't seen Warhead Junction in forever, so I'm not entirely sure. They definitely didn't delete it though. It's still there. Yeah, the Braxis changes do look interesting. Health reduced. Okay, they're Hydralisk, health reduced. Oh wow, that's a significant health reduction. Ultralisk. Oh, so they only did updates to one map? Wow.
You seem bummed out.
Well, I don't know. That's interesting. Okay. QHIRA Heroic Bundle, Warchrome, new skins. So all of the skins are going to be for Jira. Jira. Are going to be for Kira.
Not all of them. There's new skins for newer.
Oh yeah, for Nova. Nova. Who plays Nova?
Limited time only.
Raynor and Nazebo, Molten Diesel speaker.
They look nice.
Is he just a big speaker?
The Molten Diesel speaker? No. It's the Mad Max type skins that they came out with. Or those two.
Oh, is it just color?
Yeah, it's recolored.
Gotcha. You were a Nova main once upon a time, poor leather daddy.
Sounds about right.
Oh, you get a Kira announcer. That's cool. New announcer there. Zeratul no longer auto-acquires targets that walk within range while cloaked.
Well, that's a bummer. that it existed. Not that they're getting rid of it, but like if someone like brushes up against you and you're just like, oh, you better hit them, and then it's. I mean, yeah.
I like this one. Uther can now dance and taunt during Eternal Vanguard.
Oh.
What? What does that even mean?
So when you die and you're in ghost form, you could troll instead of heal your teammate.
That's so funny.
If you have no one to heal because everyone already left you, then you can go ahead and do that.
We did it, Reddit. Super important update. Sergeant Hammer's siege modes can no longer outrange kill credit for the salvaging the stables questline. I don't even know.
No idea what that is.
I have no idea what that is.
Sergeant Hammer has a quest line?
I don't even know what that is.
What the hell is that? Never heard of that one.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
Let's talk about today's games. I want to talk about today's games.
You want to talk about the games we played, you and I?
Yeah.
What would you like to know?
What was happening? Because I feel like
Why did we lose?
Yeah, I feel like we were you know, doing pretty well. But we just got destroyed late game. Like, were we not soaking enough?
We had a very broad group of talent from all sorts of varying skill levels. And people...
Were we queuing into higher ranks because you were diamond?
Not really. The problem was, I feel like that everyone wanted to kind of do their own thing and had like their own way of doing things. And
being me chasing the false stat.
Well, everyone has to be playing their best game, because when you get matched up against other groups, they're probably people that play together and already know what is expected and how they're going to function. And if they know that we're people that are streaming, then they're going to go harder against us, because they want to be like, oh, look, I beat this person, and I can also go watch and see, and then I can get a reaction out of them.
Yeah.
Just be the way that it is. People are going to play harder against you if, you know, they it's like, I'll venture off on a segue. This will make sense in a second. The Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm a huge Steelers fan. And for the entirety that I've watched them, no matter what team they play against, almost always that team plays insanely hard against them, because they know that they're the Pittsburgh Steelers. They know the Steelers are always good. They know the Steelers are a big deal. And then I have to watch the Steelers lose to these teams that they shouldn't lose to, and it's extremely frustrating, because we're the just because it's the more talented team doesn't mean that it's just a win in the book. You still have to play it out. You still have to put in maximum effort. And the thing is, too, is that, like I was saying, we're all on different skill levels, so, and everyone has a different way in which they believe, you know, a game should be won and what you should do to get the win. It's so quick to people for people to get sidetracked and go down different avenues versus coming together as a team. It just happens. And that's the interesting thing about when we do this once a week, what people get together and what chemistry comes out of that.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely got a reaction out of me because I was tilting hard. It's hard not to fall off when you start tilting. Because I know I was just getting so, you know, upset by the Genji that I was just missing every single swap. Like, I was getting that tunnel vision, and I even chased the Falstad at one point, and then I left you guys hanging. So it was definitely something, it's definitely something that is hard to scale back when you start, or hard to stop tilting when you start tilting. Like, it's hard to come back. It's hard to get your mind out of that. And I feel like we talked about that on one of the episodes when we were talking with the psychiatrist, or psychiatrist?
Romedy, right?
Yeah, Romedy. We were talking to him about that, of how it's like, you know, not that great to start tilting, because once you start tilting, you get that tunnel vision, and then
He said put something cold against your head.
Yeah, that's very true. Put something cold against your head, stand up, you know.
See, I watched that episode. I was here. I was a viewer, though.
You were a viewer. Now you are a host. Look at
I'm
that.
Here. Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Now we're here.
And you also have to take into note that everyone's happy to just be with each other.
Yeah.
It's fun just like hanging out the people that are there. And then it comes down to the work, and you have to put that in. And it's, you know, it's tricky because from the beginning to end, everyone has to stay consistent with how they play, and everyone has to be on board with because if I'm tanking and I'm shot calling and I'm like, everyone on me, like everyone has to drop what they're doing and come to me, versus, oh, well, there's something on the core, so I need to clear it, and it just doesn't matter because it's going to clear itself on the core. Like, there's points where you have to accept that there's going to be damage taken, and that's that's already done, but you have to trade that for something else. Because it's always, you know, it could be, it's like, is it a keep? It's like they either, you know, they take a keep or we lose the game kind of deals. You have to be able to see, you have to envision what the next couple moves are, like it's a game of chess. And you have to get on board, you know, because that's how teams eventually work, isn't whoever's the shot caller or the tank. That the whole team is just on board with what they do because they know that that person is already looking into the future and seeing how the rest of the story unfolds before it happens.
Yeah.
So you have to trust fall into that person, whoever's shot calling and leading the team, and just go with it. And there's times for me it gets frustrating because I'm shot calling and someone's like, oh, well, we have to like do this. And I'm like, no, it doesn't matter anymore. That luxury does not exist anymore. We have to play. We're like, I remember there are a few times they're like, yeah, but they have talent tier. And I'm like, well, it doesn't matter anymore because we're not going to catch up anyways. Like, it's just, you have to accept the current reality, face it, and start making hard decisions to get back in the game. Because there have been times in HGC that a team down talent has come back into the game. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It's just how you play it and how you coordinate that as a team.
I feel it's harder with like people you don't know though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't play the group that we had today. We don't play every day. We don't play, you know, we play maybe once a week because the groups switch around. So the way we see everything is different. And groups that we go up against play together all the time. They know each other. They know what roles they play. They know how their characters synergize with other things. So you have to be as tough as possible. You can't be like the Pittsburgh Steelers. That, you know, they think that the win is just going to fall to them because, you know, they know that they're skilled people. You have to earn it. And it's tough. It's a very tough game. There's days where you play it and the wins just roll. They just roll. Yeah. And there's times like that where you can't get a win, and it's tough because everyone's looking for answers, and it's tricky.
Yeah, because it's so up in the air. Yeah, I feel like the mindset of Here's the Storm is definitely a lot harder to grasp than, like, the psychology behind it is definitely a lot harder to grasp than regular MOBAs, because regular MOBAs, like you said, not regular MOBAs, but like League of Legends, for example, is just all, you know, single player based, where this one you're playing as a group, and if the group is not on board, or if you can't really play the map well, then it's kind of really hard to come back. But there are comebacks in this game. More comebacks than League, so.
You have to take chances in this game if you're behind, and you have to accept the reality that if we're behind, then because like a lot of maps snowball. The Garden of Terror game was a nightmare because people aren't assigned, or they don't know what they were supposed to be doing. Like, if you're a DPS character, you just have to understand that you need to be doing camps, or that you need to rotate as a team to do camps, and you have to maximize that efficiency. Otherwise, a team that's advantageous will be like, oh, look, they're not doing camps and we have bribe, let's just fly over and take it. And then all of a sudden it's just like you can't clear camps pushing, and then people are trying to roll back and clear them when the objective's up, and the objective wins the game for them.
Yeah, what Atlantis Prince said, it's just, even if you are playing as 5, you're ultimately playing to entertain. But other 5 stacks, you get matched, recognized. Yeah, that's kind of what Alex said in the beginning. They recognize that at least one of us is streaming, and then they try hard. Because, you know, our names are recognizable. I'm not saying that anybody today was stream sniping. I mean, it could have been a possibility, but, you know, if they really knew if the enemy team really knew how to play the map and play it well, then, you know.
Here's the thing. Here's the unfortunate reality. When December occurred and is now gone, a substantial amount of players moved on. A smaller player base means it's just like it's easier to go against the same group multiple times and for that group to be like, oh look, I know them, they stream, let's just go on HeroesHearth, and then boom, there it is.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll do better next time. We'll do better. I feel bad. I feel bad because so many people demoed, and I wanted to knock it out of the park with wins today, but I felt so bad. Either way, yeah, I don't know.
It is. It's some groups instantly get it. It's just like, boop, there it is. Because I've done it multiple times. I've played with all sorts of skill level, and maybe I did cause our group to go against higher skilled players. Who knows? I felt like I don't like when we go up against another group and then worrying about what their skill level is, unless it's a group of grandmasters, in which case it's oh well, then that's probably going to be a slaughter. When it's I believe in the group of people that we have immediately with us, so don't look to make excuses, just look to get the job done.
That makes sense. Yeah, because
so I
was confident with with us all playing together, but I think we just got spooked.
I don't like it when, well, that's one of the funny things that I do is that the first thing I say is oh, that team sucks, and then people are like, oh, why are you toxic? Why do you say that? I'm like, because I want my team to believe in what I'm saying, and for my team to be like, oh yeah, we can take these guys no problem, versus, oh man, these guys look tough. In which case, then they're like, well, then what do you mean? Why do they look tough? What should we know?
That's reverse psychology. I love it.
Everything that you say has an impact one way or another on your team psychology. And people will say and do things that drive me insane. And I'm like, just don't say that.
Yeah.
You do not need to say that. It does not help. I don't know why you're doing it, but you need to reevaluate the words coming out of your mouth, because it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. And what happens. You probably even well, that's not a great thing to say on the back of your mind, but you don't say it because you don't want to come off as rude or anything. But those things happen.
Yeah. I feel that. You just gotta keep your team positive and make them feel like they can conquer the world.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to come off as positive. You just have to find a way to get the job done. I mean, positivity does not conquer the world. There's plenty of unpositive people that knock things out of the park, and people are like, oh my god, how'd they do that? And I'm like, they found a way to be efficient. Efficiency. That's what we want. We want to find a way to maximize efficiency. That's the trick. And how you do that, whichever methods that you use to get that, some people yell at their teammates, some people are overly, kind and oh, it's okay, it's fine. There's many ways it's been done throughout history. Whether it's in, the history of all sports, or, the very, very small window of esports that we've been in for the last couple of years.
That makes sense. Makes sense to me. So be toxic as long as it's efficient. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
It's worked.
Don't be
worked
toxic.
For people. Not saying it's the right way to do it, but if you do not accept that as something that has been done or a possibility, then it's not realistic, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't care for it. I try to be as respectful as possible to everybody.
Except for me, because you kill me.
Except for you. Except for you.
Does anybody in chat have any questions or anything they want to bring up about the most recent patch, most recent hero, anything that you have interest in or have questions on. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I feel like we talked about a lot, and I'm really excited for this up and coming patch. I kind of want to just do another Heroes or Eye of the Storm next week, right after the patch release. But I'd have to definitely talk with Kai about that, because I think that would be great. Like, we could all just, you and I can do some research and, play with the hero and try out the new ranking system, and then we'll be able to, have more answers for you, hopefully, and definitive answers as to, is this good for MMR? Is this good for ranking up?
Listen, I'm always down to talk some Hero Storm. You give me a little bit, I will go a mile with it. That's how I do. I could talk about Heroes of the Storm for hours.
That's good.
I would, yeah, absolutely. If we're trying to talk next week about some Hero Storm, we could talk some Hero Storm.
Well, I'll have to see if I can put that on the table for next Wednesday. I'm not entirely sure what Heroes Hearth has planned, but I'll definitely talk to either Jules or Kai about it.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much tonight for tuning in. I feel like we've gone over everything that we could have gone over about the patch notes and the new hero. I wish I would have played her a little bit more, or played her at all before we talked about this, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the future of HOTS, for the new heroes. So make sure when new patches come out, new heroes and stuff, have, what's the word I want? Criticism, but constructive criticism. Be nice, be kind.
Construct your criticism.
Don't try not to bash anything. Just be nice, be kind. But definitely have your constructive criticism, as we have done here on Eye of the Storm. I'm excited for this new hero, and I will definitely try and see if we can have a spot on next week's Heroes of the Storm Wednesday for Heroes Hearth, for Eye of the Storm, so that we can talk about the new hero after she has been released and all of the patch notes have been released. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Thanks for your input, kids.
Remember, kids, QHIRA is a Blizzard character.
She is. Whether you like it or not, she is a Blizzard character, and so is Orphea. So. That's
right.
Dids, do you want to tell us where we can find you on the interwebs?
Twitch.tv Alexdidz. I'm on Twitter at Twitch. No, I'm on Twitter. Let's try that again. I'm Alexdidz but in Dids it's a 1. It's a 1. I can't be Alexdidz on Twitter, so there's a 1 instead of an I. So those are the two places you're gonna find me most frequently, on my stream and on Twitter. So boosh.
Boosh. Boosh. And then you can find me twitch.tv/Kagirii, 2 eyes at the end. And then you can find us here on Heroes Hearth bi-weekly for Eye of the Storm at 7 p.m. PST. Times may be changing for Wednesdays. I will see if we can, like I said, get us a spot for next Wednesday. But definitely follow all our partners at HeroesHearth.com. We do frequent updates and hero builds. If you're looking for a certain hero that you want to learn, definitely look no further than HeroesHearth.com. And we will see you hopefully next week. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.